Hello, here we are again. Cool, blimey, it's been a quick week. 13th of March I think it is today, or something like that. It's Wednesday. Say hello. and so here we go for the update. Right, now, I'm going to cheat again this week because it's been mentally busy and we've been trying to catch up with as many orders as that are coming in, and all the upgrades and one thing and another. Lots and lots and lots of you upgraded 100% correctly, and of course the order comes through lovely, and then we just have to match it all up and send it all out. So if you've paid for an upgrade, it's gone out, or it's in the process of going out, as I said last week. So we've caught up with a phenomenal amount of posted. We've probably done 1,000 in the last week. Now, a couple of you have emailed in and said, I watched your video and it said all the A to Z sets have been sent out, where's mine? That's not quite what we said. What we actually said was that all of the people that upgraded, those ones have been sent out, and the people that wanted doubles and trebles and multiples in order to just fulfill 26, etc., most of those have been done. I've got a couple more to do with those. I've slowed down on that only because I haven't got enough to even warrant the doubles and trebles and stuff at the minute. So the only letters I've got in sufficient quantity to do multiples of are Q and G, and then on top of that, I'm just in the process, hopefully, of doing a deal with somebody for a load of M. But that will then be 3 that I can do. That's not enough to do multiples and trebles. I mean, if somebody wanted all their 26 with just a couple of letters, that's great. But you know, I don't expect it, and I wouldn't want you to. So that's where we are on that. So as far as the A to Zs are concerned, we have posted the ones where people have bought them or upgraded the bunts. When it comes to the circulated, cheap and cheerful, etc., etc., that those people, you still stay in the list, no problem, and you will get it eventually, but we are completely reliant on how many come out in the system. And as you know, not a lot have come out in the system. So that's just to be clear on that. So when I let people know, yeah, we're posting these, especially with the upgrades are all being posted when people have upgraded. Of course, we still have the problem of, you know, a few people have bought upgrades when they haven't bought the original. So that costs us a bit of time and makes the process a bit more lengthy. But we're getting there. So that's where we are on those ones. Now then, as I promised you last week, this is my absolutely messy desk. I've had to leave here like this for a week in order to show everybody. So here we go, we start with the A, B, and you can see all the boxes, they're all full up. Got it? Where are we? H, I, J, all full up, all full up, all full up. Well, not full up, but are full, etc. And then we keep going, and what do we find? There he is. That's the one with the empty box. That's the one that sells the most. You can't argue with that. Down to V, W, X, Y, and Z. All of which have all got tons and tons and tons in, except the S. Bugger all. So there you have the answer to that one. I promised you I'd show you. And yes, I know you could, there are the odd, what we call it, doubting Thomases. You know, if you're a bit like my dad, bless him, he doubts everything, no matter what it is, he doubts it. Doubts his own sanity sometimes. So, and we call him Doubting Thomas, even though his name's George. So, someone could say, a load of rubbish. What you've got is you've got loads of S's and you want to sell the S's, so you're pretending that that's the empty box. Well, I can't, if somebody thinks like that, I can't stop that. You know, there's different ways of looking at every single thing, to be honest with you. But the point is, I'm giving it to you straight as we've got it. And once again, I could sit on that information. I don't need to impart it. I don't need to let you know. It doesn't do me a world of favours letting you know. But in a way it does, because it instills a bit more trust, and it shows you that that when we tell you something, it's real, or it's real as far as we're concerned. You know, we see it, that's what we see. But it's not, it doesn't do us any financial favours in that sense, because no doubt people are going to clean us out of the S's that we've got. Some people spotted it right, which is a spot the deliberate mistake you made, Ian. Last week when I posed the question, the little comp, the one thing that I didn't think about and didn't take notice of was that we'd already started changing the prices of the S's before I even started mentioning it last week. And the S is the one letter we've put the price up 3 times in a week, and it's still selling. So that tells you that speaks volumes. You don't need me to waffle on and waffle on and waffle on about that. Letting you know, just letting you know that, you know, we put the price up 3 times on that item and it's still selling. That's the one that no matter how many they made, I think that's the one that's going to end up being the most sought after. Whether the most sought after becomes the most expensive, whether the most sought after becomes the most rarest, that's a different debate and question entirely. But it is the most sought after, and whereas we all thought it would probably be a vowel, because a vowel's in everybody's name, for whatever reason, S is the one. So now you know. And as I say to you, week in, week out, certain things, you know, you find them cheaper than what I'm selling them, snap their hand off. If you can find S's for £1 each or £2 each, I'll buy all you can buy. That's what I would do. I've had a look, and I haven't seen that many, but if I saw a load of S's at £1 each, or even a bit more, I might even buy them. Because of the amount that are being sold, we have to continually break sets in order to supply the S. So there you go. While we're on the subject of the A to Zs, I'm a little bit miffed this morning, and I'll tell you why I'm a little bit miffed. Because I think the Royal Mint have cheated, and therefore I think that's a bit off, really. They've done the new 2019 sets. We just got the 1,000 Frankensteins delivered this morning, and 100 of the 19 A to Z sets, and the folders that because we get the folders with the coins, but I'm honest about the fact that in order to keep the bunch sets down in price, I don't supply the folder with it. We sell the folder separately, and that's why we can do them at 59 quid for the set. Now, the 2019 sets, they're exactly the same as the 2018 sets. They haven't even put a sticker on it to say 2019, which I think is a bit naughty, really. So they've produced 2 different coins, but they're using exactly the same folder. They've obviously made loads and loads and loads of the folder to cover the years. So although you've got 2 different years, 18 and 19 for the A to Z sets, there's only the one folder. We have got the folders on, and each time we sell a folder, we put a free letter in. So there you go. If the letters do get to 10, 20 quid one day, then essentially you've got the folder for free. That's how we look at it. Okay, so that's where we are on the A to Z sets. You know where you are. You can still upgrade at the moment, and you can buy them outright, and you can use your vouchers, and you can use your reward points, which are really easy to use, and people have started working out how to use them now, because we've had tons of orders coming in where people have used their free reward points and they're getting free coins. There we go. Now, when I say I'm going to cheat a little bit, I'm only cheating in the sense of I haven't got time today to rearrange the entire newsletter again, and it's something I've been wanting to do. So all the links are just staying live, all the other videos are just staying in there, and it's just this one main video. All the rest are the same videos from last week, including the investment one. There's no point me even doing another investment one at the moment, because there's nothing else to tell the investors apart from everything's working swimmingly, and we have got some more available. We've just done a couple of deals to get hold of a lot of stuff in bulk, and so we can take some more investment for that. You know how I'm always saying, look at what's in front of you. You know, I'm always saying that, and I've just done the same thing. I'm going, I'm a bit miffed, moaning about the A to Z sets. They are different, but they're only slightly different. The date is in the small print right on the back here. This one says 2019, right there, look, can you see it? Just there on that bottom line at the back, 2019 it says. And that one on the back says 2018. So yes, they are different, and they've turned the colours around and changed the picture slightly. So I just took one look at it and thought that's rubbish, but it's the same one, but it ain't. It is different. So if you look at the two, you can see that they've changed the colours around. So see the word Great British, the two different colours, and then you've got the blue stripe across there and the red stripe across there. So they are slightly different. So, you know, I've just made myself look a mug again, but never mind. I could have deleted it and just redone the video, but what's the point, you know? I'm often saying to people, look at what's in front of you, feel a div, and now I feel a div because I wasn't looking at what's in front of me. But, still, I still think that's a bit off. They could have done better. Especially for the amount of money they make out of these, they could have done a lot better. But they are slightly different. So the 2019s, the word Britain is in red. 2018's, the word Britain is in blue. Blue stripe, red stripe. Okay, red stripe. Okay. So, but you can get them on our site, and each one comes with a free coin. However, I haven't got any 2019 A to Z coins at the moment. So, well, I have, but I haven't got the 2019s from circulation. That's the thing. So if you buy a 2019 folder, we'll add a variation, I think, to the folder listing, so you can buy a 2019. If you buy a 2019 one, we'll have to put a bunch letter in until such time as we get some circulated ones. So that's what we'll have to do. Let's make the voucher code this week Dopey. That's capital letters D-O-P-E-Y. Dopey. That'll do. £2.50. And so it's like getting a free letter, isn't it? £2.50. And you use it on what you like, anything you like, it doesn't matter. That's fine. And don't forget, you've got your reward points as well. And don't forget, you can only use one voucher code at a time. Okay? While we're on the subject of voucher codes, another reason I've made the voucher code Dopey, because I made another Dopey mistake last week. I did do that new reward to redeem your points, and I made a couple of mistakes with that. They've been rectified now. The reward is 12,500 points, and it gives you £125 off when you spend 200 quid. So if you don't want to be bothered keep spending 25 pound vouchers, and you want to do a large order, you can. Just have to give us a little bit of something towards it, but you get £125 off with 12,500 points, and then it will automatically give you that £125 at checkout. It didn't on one customer, and I've rectified that. Sorry about that, Jeff, but it's all been fixed now, so crack on with that. And it's, I think that's good value. 125 quid off, spend £200 or more, so you get, like, you pay 75 quid towards it, you get 125 quid worth. Well worth buying a bucket load of Frankensteins. Now we've got them in, if you've got that many points. Don't forget, when you email in, please email tgbch@outlook.com. And anytime you send us a message, it would really help us out if you included an order number, because then we can trace it and answer your question or your query really quickly. So that'll help the person who's answering all the messages. And they're doing a marvellous job, and they're managing to keep up with just about all the messages, so I don't think there's anything gone unanswered. If you happen to be an odd customer that has emailed in once or twice and not had an answer, don't get miffed, just send us another email. But it's always best to go to tgbch@outlook.com. Alright, thank you. Right, so anything else there's no news on. So for example, Kew Gardens, Northern Ireland, all that kind of stuff, there's no extra news on those apart from what I've been giving you out over the last few weeks, and giving people the options of, okay, would you like to swap this for that and swap that for that. And just to be clear, the reason that we've had no news on stuff like that for quite some time is because the illness has put us behind by over a year. So, you know, we need to go forward a year in order to catch up. As annoying as that is, and it is frustrating and annoying, especially for some of you guys, sorry, there was, you know, what can we say? There's nothing we could do about that. Illnesses, we can't, we couldn't know that in advance, and therefore, you know, and we couldn't continue with the searching whilst the illnesses were going on. It was just impossible. The only way of continuing would have been to bring loads and loads of 50p's or something into the hospital and sort them out on the bed. Which obviously wasn't possible. So we've been put behind by a year at least. And so on those coins from the crowdfunding and one thing and another, more than happy to do refunds, more than happy to do swaps, more than happy to satisfy you one way or the other, because it's important that we satisfy you, we make you happy. And that's it. So there's not much else to report this week. Thanks very much for watching. What's going to be this week's question? I'll have to think about that for a second. This week's question. Why not just, you know, I'm interested in what everybody thinks as far as the 19 sets. I do read all the comments, even though I don't answer them all, and I apologise for not being able to answer them all, but I do read them all. So this week, leave a comment and say what you think about the idea of what they've done with the 10p's. You know, last year, 2018's 5.2 million minted. That's a maximum of 200,000 a letter. This year, they're making 2.1 million. That is less than half. So it is less than a maximum of 100,000 a letter. Every 19 coin is going to go to 50 quid in 10 years. That you can almost guarantee. So that's it. Thanks very much. See you next week. Massive quickie, just to get on the end of this one. Trying out a new promotional way of doing things with the reward points. So if you buy a Frankenstein packaged BU is set at double. So you get double reward points for that. And there's another one which is the 20 times 50p's. So that's 20 different 50p's, each one different. You'll get treble reward points for that. Just a little special offer to clear that. And I think that's a good one that's stick in the back of the wardrobe. There'll be a link at the top of the email in order to get that one. But for the price that you're getting each individual coin for, I reckon they're worth putting away in the back of the wardrobe at that price. And all you need to do is just put a little note in the bag. In fact, I'll even do that for you. I'll put a note in the bag to say, in 2019, the coins in this bag are worth around £3 each, which is what we sell them for, 2 to 3 quid each. So it's well worth having, well worth sticking in the back of the wardrobe, and each coin is different. All right. So thanks a lot. See you next week.